Hello, we're back. It was a big intake of breath there, Steve. I thought you were going to say something. You suddenly went, hello, Band of Badgers. We're doing another one of these kind of weird chit-chatty. I haven't got a cup of tea, so I didn't bring my own cuppa at all. But doing some mystery.
I've got a cup of tea.
Oh, you bastard. Okay, so we're going to do some mystery unboxings. I'm going to do it without a cup of tea, but I have got my fudge. So I've got some snacks. So we've got 3 boxes to go through. Each one is role-playing game related, or things you can use at your table, or who knows what they might be. It could be anything. So we're going to go through those. We'll talk about each one in turn as we unbox it and go through what's there. And we've got some examples and things we can show you as well. We're also doing another free giveaway at the end. We're going to be giving away, it's a secret, we're going to be giving away the secret, but something you can use. So stay alive for that, stay around. It's COVID lockdown, stay alive, and you might win. I'll just carry on doing this really. Steve is going to keep an eye on Twitch chat, so if you're joining us live, do put your questions in the chatty box around. I think onto one of the sides, and we'll get back to you. If you have a question, put a giant Q next to it, capital Q, so we can spot it easily. Plus, we'll be putting in discount codes, URLs, website addresses, all in that. If you're watching this afterwards, and you're watching this on YouTube, check out the comments below and the description below for all those kind of links and discount codes that you can use there as well. Unfortunately, if you're watching this on YouTube, you've already missed the giveaway. It's already been won, even though I haven't done it yet. So we'll get to it. Anyway, the first box is pretty big. So what I'm gonna do, if you've watched any of the previous episodes, we kind of do 3 of these in a row, and we're kind of learning from just chucking ourselves in the deep end and seeing what happens. But anyway, we have a different camera setup. So if I switch to this camera, then you can see me. You're over here. See, welcome to my little corner of my little games room, and I have some various knickknacks and stuff. So if you see anything you're interested in and you want to know more about, let us know. Again, in Twitch, maybe we'll do it as a future unboxing or review. We can go for any of these bits and pieces. We have loads of bits and pieces here. But if you also see it on YouTube, put them in the comments. Doesn't matter if it's 6 months old. Stick them in the comments. We'll see the comments and we'll see what we can do for you. So anyway, this is a rather big box that turned up. So this, I've already knocked things over. So this is another Kickstarter that I got involved with, and Steve got involved on this one as well. Yep. This is Dungeons and Lasers #1. Now we had a number of bits and pieces come in, so and I'll show you exactly what they are. So we've got some papers and things. So what I can do now is I can, or should be able to, switch to another camera, and I'll do that over there, and I'll shift that to there, and now you can see me over there, and I should be over here. It's all going a bit crazy now. Here we go, live twitching. So you can see me up in this little window, but in the big window you should be able to see this one. Now this one will give us a nice big close-up. They'll probably get some flare on there, but anyway. So this one was Dear Backer. This was a Kickstarter that was around last year, and it's a bit strange. It's a bit kind of, I did lots of backing in 2019. This year is 2020, the year that never happened. We are all in lockdown, hiding away from the evil COVID. And it's really nice actually, because I've just been having all these Kickstarter projects turn up. So it's actually been something to really look forward to. But anyway,
I was surprised how far back that was. That was August 2019. Because I ordered mine on late pledge and didn't get. I didn't sign up until this year. I don't think so. Mine turned up really quick.
So, but the thing with that is, you get this kind of, when you sign up for them, you think, oh yeah, here's 50 quid, here's 100 quid, and I'm not going to see it for an entire year. But actually, you just sit back, relax, we've had Christmas, we've gone into the new year. It's now July, and this turned up at the end of June, and it's really nice. It's some really nice products coming out. With Kickstarters, you heavily get a discount anyway, but it's nice to support these new. The company Archon Studio isn't a new company. Dungeons and Lasers, isn't their first product. They've got a few products going on, and if you check out their website, they've got a nice collection. There was another intake of breath.
13. They've got 13 projects that have been backed on Kickstarter successfully so far, I believe. That's what I looked at their website yesterday.
So again, they've got so much going on, and again, another company that says thank you. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for giving us your money. The product itself is pretty good, and we'll go into that in a minute. So not only do we get the nice letter, as part of the Kickstarter, we also got not just a sheet of paper, but this is the companions. This is one of those kind of stretch goals and unlockables that you get with Kickstarter. So that you get a load of companions. We also get some instructions. Now the instructions are fairly easy. This one kind of did surprise me, and I'll show you why. And then there's a hint for number 2, and we'll come back to Dungeons Lasers 2 in a bit, but wanted to show you those anyway. Now the first big set, and what I'll do is what would be easier? No, let's just bring it up. So the first big box was this one. This is the Fantasy Core set of dungeon tiles. Now it's big, it's chunky, it's about 2 inches wide there. The boxes they come in are pretty weak. It's very thin cardboard, but the stuff you have inside them is not going to be in them for long anyway. And also on the rear of the boxes, you get a breakdown of what's inside. You get double side walls, double length floors, single walls and single floors, plus doorways and connectors. So what this looks like, and I've already started playing with this because I've used some of this in the Avernus Rising campaign that we're running. Also, you can find it on YouTube. And Steve is one of my players in that game, and he will be playing with these tomorrow. We're doing it all by camera at the moment because obviously it's locked down, but you should hopefully, we'll see how it plays in a real campaign anyway. So go ahead, Steve, jump in.
Yeah, I was just going to say I'm looking forward to playing with it for the first time.
Yeah, I mean these are I kind of get right into the camera. They are very, very deep. It's a deep cut. It's a plastic injection molded, I believe, and there's more details on their Kickstarter and on their website if you want to check them out. But each tile, so for example, here's a a double length tile, and these are the sprues that you kind of dig into the base. It has these holes in it as well, as you can see here, so you can put extra pieces in. So things like torches, lanterns, shields, gargoyles, you can plug extra bits into those holes for decoration. So this is like a bricked up doorway, and you've got some kind of rat drains there, which are you can see that they've got the drainage bars. And then if I just turn it over, I get a different view. So this isn't just the same thing. I now have some higher rays. So if this was a prison, for example, to stop your kind of characters getting out there, I could put some skulls hanging off of these walls here. So you can make quite a lot of different combinations, which I quite like. You get some open doorways, you get some single tiles, and it's really thick. I mean, just to kind of give you an idea, this is not, you can't bend these. You can kind of force them out of the sprues when you put them together, but these are really solid and light. Now, the difference between these and the resin tiles, you may have seen resin tiles, again, if you check out YouTube, we've got a variety of things from digital to resin to paper maps to everything with our D&D campaigns. Resin tiles are quite heavy. Now, this is super light, which means you could take a hell of a lot with you. Now, not necessarily a downside, but because of these, this is not something that you want to kind of throw together at the table at the last minute. What we've actually done is I've started, you know, you kind of want to do these in advance and get set up. These are all your connectors. And what happens is, if I've got any single ones with me, which I don't seem to have right now, is that you can actually, they're very kind of easy to click together. Oh, I know where they are. I know exactly where they are. In here. So all you use is one of these connectors. That plugs into that. The next tile would plug into that hole. And then you have a little wedge piece there. So that stops the floor from having a hole, as you can see, once that goes in. However, the hole means you can also have a wall that comes out. So it's not just square outer walls, you can use those inner walls. That then helps you to create, I'll try to get the glare off of there, you can see the inner walls, just because they haven't put that middle sprue inside, the middle plug. And I think that is a superb little feature. They're still doing some more to it, and it's still nice to see. As I mentioned, Dungeons and Lasers 2 is also coming, and that might be good to see. Now, before I go in to show you some more examples, I want to show you some of the other rooms that are here. I haven't opened up this one. This is Hall of Heroes. This is Dwarven style, as you can see there. Now this set is much thinner. These are particular rooms or styles, if you like. So compared to the core set, which is there, a couple of inches, this is about half an inch. So you can see, there we go. That's the difference. Try to get into the zoom you can.
I think in standard single rooms you get 3 long floor pieces, 3 long walls, 3 small floor pieces, 3 small walls, and 3 door pieces.
Yeah.
And it is enough to make it's a fair sized room.
I mean, what the bits I like is the fact you've got the dwarven runes on here as well. So again, you can, if you paint these, and I've got a couple of painted examples of what you can do. They are really, really nice. They do paint very, very well because it's a deep cut as well. They are superb. We've also got some torture chambers, and a different type of floor. So you have wooden floors in here as well as brick. And you can see the skeleton up there. Some torture implements. You get a range of floor types and doorways. The archway here is shown on this picture. That's actually bones all the way around. Again, fantastic detail on these. So I've got those. See, the Kickstarter last year, I signed up for the smallest package, which was the Dungeon Masters package, and it allowed you to get the core set plus 3 rooms. They also do sci-fi, not just fantasy. So that's where the lasers part comes into it. So if you're currently running Alien RPG or Starfinder or any sci-fi spaceship kind of thing, they work really, really well. We have 28mm minis. Really, really nice. Here's a Warlock room. Again, nice detail on some of those. And on the flip side, you can see where they are. We've got some, regular walls, long walls. This one actually has a bookcase. It's a really nice feature.
That's the one with the portal on the floor as well, isn't it? The summoning gate.
Yeah. So you've got some markings, and also for doing the Kickstarter, one of the added bonuses was I got some doors. Now you might not be able to see this, but these I've primed. I used a spray primer on these to get this bit done. However, this is the original colour. So that's an untreated. This is the spray primer version, just so I can kind of paint them on. I decided to spray them on the spews because I thought it'd be nice and quick, and spray primer goes on really quick anyway. We're talking seconds. But then of course when I cut them out, I get the sprue marks, but I'm going to paint over those anyway. This is I'm not painting these for competition or display. I am literally painting these for play at the table. Now this set here was just a special. One of the special things they were doing. So you had 4 fantasy doors and 4 sci-fi doors. So you kind of get an idea. I'll spin that around. You kind of get an idea for airlocks. Ooh, a bit of alien-esque bit pieces there. 2 standard drawers, but you get the hydraulics.
The rooms that you got with the fantasy set, it was a Xenogenesis cell, an engine room, and an AI center to go with the core set for the sci-fi, the same as the fantasy set. And again, the level of detail is really good, really good.
Again, we can't. It's really strange without actually seeing these in your hands. It is very, very difficult to say. But if you do have any questions, put it into chat. Let us know. Also, these are one of the things. So again, they're doing this for Dungeons and Lasers 2, which starts at the end of August. So keep an eye on it. You can follow it now for updates, but do keep an eye out. This is the companion set. The druid was right. So this is a bunch of animal companions, and there's 2 sets. They're all mixed in together. So you have a fantasy set of every creature and a sci-fi set of every creature, including, let's get some of these pictures up. You got cats, birds, dogs, foxes. There's a monkey. You got a weasel. There's also a few other bits. You got the turtle, the bear, the wolf. There's also a baby dragon and a baby owl. There's also the mimic family. You get a traditional mimic, which is the chest. But you also get a couple of sci-fi options, and you get Roblin the Goblin. Again,
one of the sci-fi options, which is my favourite one, I don't think it's going to show up very well. It's got my virtual background on, might have to switch it off. Sorry. So that is one of the sci-fi mimics, which is a vending machine, which is my favourite one out of the pack. So I haven't quite assembled that yet. So it comes in 3 bits.
See how
get
far.
The machine and the tongue. But
yeah, the tongue is a separate piece as well.
Yeah.
And also, just to point out, you don't need to glue any of this. So
none of this is glued.
All of this, once you've made something, you made the rooms, or even the companions. The companions are just pushable. You just pop them together, and away you go. All you need to do is paint them if you want to paint them, or when you get around to painting them. So I'm not a big painter, but I have been getting a few sets. I have been trying to dabble with bits and pieces. And not only that, but there were some stretch goals with this as well. I can't remember what the final value they got to. Maybe Steve knows. But again,
it's 3.4 million.
There you go. So they're throwing in plenty for the money that they've managed to raise.
But I'm not sure if that was all their projects or specifically this one.
Okay, so that's something we can dig around on. Again, it's like Companions. It's a mixture of sci-fi and fantasy. You'll see a lot of items, which will be taken directly from kind of Alien or Alien-esque, and we've got some nice alien eggs. You're running the Alien RPG. You've got a couple of egg sacs here, or bundles of eggs. If Tomb of Horrors, here's a spike pit trap. You've got loads of bits and pieces, and stairs. There's a round stairs, there's going upstairs, because the dungeons, if you can see in the background, are stackable. And that was another nice feature I liked about these tiles, is they're so lightweight, you can just stack them all together. And it was a really nice feature. So you could have upper levels, mezzanine levels in your dungeons, which brings me nicely on to my next bit. So let's put some of these away. But all of those it's a really nice collection. Again, the Kickstarters were heavily discounted. Their new one is in the end of August. That will start. It will run for about 30 days, I think, the Kickstarters. And you get loads of extra tools. I mean, these are just all of these were the wall tools and the floor tools, and these are the pikes that you kind of stick in, the plugs. And if I can find it, I'm just going to disappear for a minute. Is this one. Now, this one is where we get to. So I've got loads of spare bits left over. This is something I'm making for the Avernus Rising game. And again, as I mentioned, it just kind of clipped together like that. That goes like that. Look, now I have a piece of wall. Sorry, a piece of floor. The walls are really handy. They just have these single bits. They go on the end there. And then you take a wall section, which has this bit at the bottom. And that plugs in there. And look. I can shake it around. Doesn't do anything. Super lightweight and everything in there. So what I've got here is a whole bunch of kind of extras. I'm just going to pour these out. So this one was primed. And you can see the colour difference. So this is being ready for being painted. You can see the door here. I need to paint up. And you can see how much detail is on that. You might not be able to see, but you see on the walls, I've got some torches. And you can see that those are just plugged into those kind of holes that I showed you earlier. Tiny little pieces, just to add that extra bit of detail to the maps. And everything is in squares. You've got 1 inch squares. Once you start seeing it, again, if it was painted, you could do that in. But it's quite, you can kind of clearly mark it. They've done clever things with floor cracks. So they haven't actually just done gouges in there. So I really like that piece. And then what I've done here, here's a boat I painted. So this is the WizKids boat. But this is my second attempt at painting. I've done an owlbear by following instructions. And this is a boat. Because I just wanted to see what the wood effect would be like. And then this one is one of their floor pieces. This is a wooden floor piece, which I've painted. So then you can see the contrast. So now we have an untreated wall. We have a primed decoration piece. And we have a finished painted floor. How does that look to you, Steve?
That looks pretty good. I like that.
So
yeah, that's really picked out the grain. You can really see the grain in that.
Yeah, so that is literally brown with I think I used a brown wash as well on that, just to kind of sink into a little bit. I haven't varnished it or anything. There's no sealant on top. That's all still to come. But again, if I can get the camera right in there, you can see the torch on the wall. I've got 2 shields. The shields are changeable, is it? You can pop those out and put some new ones in. And the shield's got a crack, which I quite like. That little attention to detail is really, really nice.
Yeah, it is.
So then what I've done is I've mixed it with all these other bits and pieces. Now, this is going to be a bit tricky to show you on camera. But I will try. So we've got things like, there's a candelabra. This one has a skeleton in it. Again, this is not Beauty and the Beast. But if he came alive, that'd be fantastic. So I can have things like that around. And my idea was to have a set of stairs. It's not sort of too groundbreaking, I suppose. But then I can put my upper floor up here. So the idea behind this map is it's a big map. It's supposed to be a warehouse. If anyone is following our Avernus Rising campaign, the heroes have managed to get a warehouse down by the docks to use as their own. And so they've got a nice big battle space here. Again, you can clearly see all the squares. I'm hoping Steve can pick it up because he's going to be playing this tomorrow evening. But as the minis move around, you'll be able to clearly see where everyone and everything is. Plus, by using some of the real detail, that's in there. So stay tuned for that. Plus, there will also be, we're going to have bits and pieces in here. We got some more undecorative. I'm just going to move the camera around a little bit. There you go, so you can see a bit more. You've got usual pillars. And because it's by the docks, of course, they're going to have a broken boat in there as well. So there'll be a boat and there'll be some other things. We've got barrels and chests to hide behind, to extra cover. All of these came with Dungeons and Lasers. So it was really nice to see. Again, this is a chest that came with the boat, actually, that I've also painted. So again, the contrast between that and that. Oh, look, gold. It should be quite nice. Yeah, other bits and pieces. How do you think, Steve? Looking good?
Yep. So just replying into chat. So yeah, I was just putting in the chat the fact that obviously this Kickstarter's finished. It finished in August last year. I didn't get involved in the Kickstarter, but I did like pledge, and I bought the sci-fi course set plus the 3 rooms. So I also got the Dungeon Masters package. So in chat, I've just posted the link to that late pledge location because Kickstarter has now shut down. You can still visit the original Kickstarter page, but obviously you can't pledge there anymore. And August this year, I think it's 27th of August, they launch the second line of Dungeons and Lasers, which is an expansion on the fantasy sets that adds a dwarven mine and a cathedral room. And then for the sci-fi set, sorry, it's almost a Space Marine style machine church thing. But they're also including in this Kickstarter 70mm high dragons. Is that correct, Dave?
Yeah. So I've got the window open. So I did have the window open. So yeah, they're doing a set of dragons. So they're going to do some companions and some dragons. They got there's a skeleton dragon and all kinds of things. They are apparently looking at. I'm looking over here now. They are apparently looking at doing a sci-fi dragon as well, plus different heights of walls. These are full 28mm height walls in the current set, but they are looking at doing both 25 and maybe smaller, plus a whole new set of stretch goals, plus a whole new set of pre-launch goals as well. But as you can see, this is quite robust. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff on there. As you can see, there's no weight in that at all. It's holding itself together well. It's a little bit of bend, but it's staying together. So if you were to build this and then take it to your tabletop game, or had it in a drawer or on a bookshelf, there's no, this is a rather large warehouse, if you like, but there's supposed to be like 50 odd people in here. For what it is and for what you get, I think it's a lot. It's very versatile. Again, plastic compared to the resin, it's the lightweight is, I think, for me, a winner every time. One thing I would like from Dungeons and Lasers from Archon Studio is a storage solution. If you can do one of those, that'd be fantastic, because once you're out the boxes, once you're off the spews, I've got a ton of tiles. If you could make something that would go in and index everything, I think that would be an absolute winner. But I've loved backing this company. I'm just going to put this away now because I've got loads of bits and pieces. I've loved backing the company. I think the quality of it has been great. Regular updates from Archon, which have been fantastic to see. Do check them out. I have. What can I let you see? There you go. There's if you're watching this or live or on YouTube, it doesn't matter. The only person who can't see this is Steve. So Dungeons and Lasers website address is archon-studio.com. Their Kickstarter launches on the 25th of August. That is for Dungeons and Lasers 2. So do check that out. And you can see there's one of their dragons in there right now. These are the existing companions, but this is the new Dwarven Caverns or Dwarven Mines set. So yeah, we're really looking forward to all of those, really. Right, let me get rid of this.
And if you do follow their second Kickstarter, then you help unlock the pre-launch goals. So I think pre-launch goals include a monster miner, a bad luck skeleton, and a fairy dragon mini. So if we meet that, so monster miner is 2,000 followers at launch kickoff.
Cool. So, if you have any questions about that, Steve, anything come in before we get to the next box?
No, nothing come in at the moment. We have, I think, people been having a bit of connection issues. I didn't want to stop you. I'm not sure if it's in the Twitch stream. Zoom's been fine. Last time we did this, when Zoom was going funny as well, Twitch was going funny. So I'll just keep an eye on it. Okie
dokie. So, what we're going to do, if you're watching this on Twitch, stay with us. We're recording this for YouTube, so we're just going to kind of do a quick cut, edit, and then we'll come back with box number 2. And stay tuned for our next giveaway. Anything else, Steve? Anything else to add?
No, yeah, just we're going to come back, do another unboxing, and then do the giveaway at the end.
Yep.
So
So
we didn't talk about the giveaway, did we?
no, we aren't. We're going to. So we mentioned the giveaway right at the start. We'll do the giveaway at some point soon. We'll just keep you hanging. So we'll see you in a bit. Bye bye.